Your 3-minute question and answer period for the Scotiabank Climate Action Challenge will now begin. What effect has your project had on greenhouse gas emissions, and how was that impact measured?
Yeah, so our project works to divert the CO2 emitted and the water wasted. And the way that we measure that is just using those numbers to calculate it through the pounds of vegetables that we divert. And actually, this year we prevented more than 19 million liters of water from being wasted and 100,000 pounds of CO2 from being emitted, wasted.
How did you design your evaluation process to effectively measure your project's climate impact?
So for designing our the evaluation of our impact, when we first started the project, it was actually created as means to feed the students in the community. And then we reached out to farmers and we said, okay, how do we get fresh food to them? And that's when we discovered that all of this food was being replowed, and that's why we measure our impact based on the pounds we buy from them, because these pounds, if not purchased from us, would be replowed into the land and create methane, which is 3 times more powerful than CO2.
What was the biggest challenge you faced when implementing this project, and how did you overcome it?
This year specifically, one of the biggest challenges that we have faced were the COVID restrictions, which had to do with the number of volunteers that were permitted and cleaning precautions. Sorry. So when we were creating new locations, for example, those were things that we had to take into account, especially when we're starting off with a smaller location to begin. However, our managers were able to adapt to ensure the safety of their volunteers and their customers, all while still being able to provide the best looking, healthy vegetable to them.
Did you engage any subject matter experts in the development of this project?
Like I mentioned when we first created it, we talked directly to the farmers. They are the most important people, along with all of our community members. So we refer to them as our subject matter experts, and we're always talking to them, seeing what new needs there are, and like this past summer there was a huge excess of potatoes, so we were able to kind of rethink how we were going to shape our bundles for what they needed that season.
How has COVID-19 impacted your project?
Yeah, so like I said before, we've faced a lot of new challenges with the restrictions, but it's also almost opened up new opportunities. Well, it has opened up new opportunities for us because unfortunately there has been a much greater need for food in our community just because of people who have lost their income, and there's so many other factors. So it really opened up some new opportunities, although that it was harder for individuals. We were able to
Your time has
provide.
now expired. Thank you, Enactus St. Mary's University.